What's up, guys? Jake Bond 45 here, bringing you another review of Monday Night's Raw. Tonight's Raw is actually really good. They had some good matches and some good promos. So it started off with CM Punk, Triple H, and Kevin Nash, and it led up to Triple H punching Kevin Nash and basically firing Nash from WWE. And this whole storyline with Triple H and CM Punk is actually really interesting because we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know who's going to get involved. Stephanie McMahon, Shawn Michaels, even. We don't know who. And we found out that Kevin Nash sent a text to himself, I guess, or whatnot. And basically, he wanted CM Punk gone and thought of him as a cancer. But, this whole storyline is pretty good, and I can't wait for Night of Champions. And then the next match was a tag team match with Kofi Kingston and Evan Bourne versus Jinder Mahal and the Great Khali. And at first, I gotta say that Jinder Mahal is a really good wrestler. I mean, he knows what he's doing in the ring. He's a good talent, and they should put him into more singles matches so that like I could see him being a good Intercontinental Champion. And he's really good in the ring, and that's basically all I gotta say. And Kofi Kingston and Evan Bourne won, of course, and it was actually funny because during the match, Kofi Kingston was going for his moon drop, leg drop thing, and when he was going to the ropes, like he just kind of fell out of balance for no reason. Like he fell out of the ring, and I thought like he botched it or something. But apparently, the Great Khali, when I re-saw it just now, the Great Khali was holding the ropes, and basically it looked like he was holding it so that Kofi Kingston could fall, but the Great Khali didn't do a good job, and it just made it like it looked like Kofi Kingston had bots. And then the next match was between Eve Torres and Beth Phoenix, and the winner will get a title shot at Night of Champions for the Divas Championship against Kelly Kelly. Now, I was kind of confused that they had this match because, first of all, Brie Bella defeated Kelly Kelly, the Divas Champion, so it would make it more sense that she would have a title shot. And it was actually pretty weird that she wasn't even included into the storyline, but I'm guessing they're going to focus more with Beth Phoenix and Kelly Kelly because throughout the match, Eve Torres was destroyed by Beth Phoenix, and Beth Phoenix ended up winning. And apparently online on WWE.com, there was a story about the Divas and how, they were making fun of Kelly Kelly and the Bella Twins and Eve Torres, and how they were mockery of the Divas division. I wasn't sure if that was true or that was just made up, but I think it's actually a legitimate article. I read about it. So apparently, it's going to be a rematch with Beth Phoenix versus Kelly Kelly. Hopefully, Beth Phoenix will win, because if she doesn't win, then that's a waste of time for her getting another contendership. So most likely, she's going to win, which will be good for the Divas division. Not saying that Kelly Kelly isn't is a horrible wrestler. She's actually been improving. Before people say I hate Kelly Kelly, no, it has been improving. The match she had with Beth Phoenix at SummerSlam was really well done. It's just that Kelly Kelly needs to look more stronger, and she needs a new finisher first of all, because that finisher with the jumping leg drop or whatnot, it just looks so weak. So anyways, then there was the next match between CM Punk versus R-Truth. Yet again, another good match. CM Punk ended up winning the match, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh, and also Triple H came into the ring and said that their match was going to be a disqualification, which tells us that something big is going to happen between that match. Either Kevin Nash or somebody else is going to get involved. But it's going to be good to see Triple H in the ring again, and versus CM Punk, and this is a highly anticipated match now. No disqualifications. And then after that, it was another match, tag team match, with David Otunga and Michael McKillicuddy versus Jerry the King Lawler and Zack Ryder. And what was pretty cool about this match was that I guess WWE is endorsing, Zack Ryder's YouTube channel. They don't really mind that he's doing all this, and that they're supporting his YouTube channel because they showed clips of, his videos and whatnot, and him being the internet champion. So I thought it was pretty cool, and he had his flip video camera. He was viewing all the fans. He was interacting with them. I think that was pretty cool of Zack Ryder to do. So yeah, that's a good idea of letting Zack Ryder do his show during the Raw show. So it's interesting. Zack Ryder won. He was kind of the last person to do anything in the match. And I thought it was pretty cool that Zack Ryder finally got some TV time. Speaking of TV time, During the promos, it was Alberto Del Rio returned, and then he was kind of talking to Wade Barrett, Kristen, Dolph Ziggler about how John Cena has made a mockery out of them, and basically kind of persuade them to go and attack Cena later on tonight. And what was really interesting was that we saw Drew McIntyre, Tyler X, and Kurt Hawkins, three guys which we've barely seen at all, except for on WWE Superstars. And I was actually surprised to see Drew McIntyre because he needs more TV time because, you know, his whole story was really good and then WWE just dropped it when he went to Raw. He should have stayed on SmackDown, but what can you do, you know? And then here's another match which I thought was pretty weird. It was Randy Orton versus Heath Slater. Randy Orton versus Heath Slater, of all people. You know, I would rather see Randy Orton versus Drew McIntyre or The Miz or somebody else, but it was Heath Slater, of all people. And honestly, he's not even a convincing heel. I mean, his theme music is just weird. You know, it doesn't seem threatening or anyway. You know, and this is why I hate when WWE and the tag team. See, when a tag team breaks up, you know, like Justin Gabriel and Heath Slater, you know, either one of them rises and then the other one falls, or both of them falls. And, you know, it's been a pattern here in WWE, because you see when Jack Ryder, Kurt Hawkins, they broke up, and then Jack Ryder was kind of there, and then he wasn't, and Kurt Hawkins, we don't even see him at all. And then you have, you know, the Hart Dynasty with, you know, D.H. Smith, he was barely shown or promoted right, and he ended up being released. Now Tyson Kidd is just being a jobber and just facing rising superstars. You know, it's pretty sad to see, but you know, what can you do? And Randy Orton, of course, won the match. I mean, they should have picked somebody else for that match because Randy Orton just destroyed Heath Slater in that match. And finally, we get to the main event, so-called, because John Cena came to the ring and basically challenged Alberto Del Rio to fight. And basically, Jack Swagger, Dolph Ziggler, Kristen, Wade Barrett came to the ring and attacked John Cena. And then more superstars came to help John Cena, which was Sheamus, John Morrison, and Alex Riley. And I was really surprised to see John Morrison because there's been rumors with his contract with WWE whether or not, you know, WWE wants to re-sign him or not. And basically, you know, John Morrison returned. I was glad to see him, and I was hoping he would do some, you know, cool things in the ring. But in the match, he really didn't do anything because he was the first one to be eliminated, and it looked so easily. So which means to tell me that, you know, WWE might get rid of John Morrison, which would be a huge mistake, leaving a talent like John Morrison. And you know, they made Jack Swagger look so strong in this match. He made Alex Riley and John Morrison tap out, and I was like, yo, Jack Swagger's doing work, you know, because we rarely get to see this guy, and who knows, he might be the next United States champion, or whether they decide to do with the U.S. title at Night of Champions. But WWE made Jack Swagger look strong. The creative team, he was doing work. Not saying that he doesn't deserve it, because the guy is a good wrestler. He has good abilities, you know. And, you know, John Cena's team ended up winning the match. Also, with Dolph Ziggler and Jack Swagger, I said this before, they should really think about making them a tag team and maybe go for the tag titles later in the future. Speaking of the tag team titles, during the R-Truth and the CM Punk match, The Miz was accompanying him in the ring before the match started, and they stated that The Miz and R-Truth, you know, they were going to go and challenge Team Air Boom for the WWE Tag Team Championships, which sounds pretty interesting, even though there's not really much of a story built. But, you know, this is the first time, like, interesting tag team, and I'd be, yeah, sure. I would like to see that match. Hopefully, Kofi Kingston, Evan Bourne, they retain the titles and they keep continuing with furthering with their tag team, because that tag team is pretty good. It's high pacing, it's fast. So yeah, and then basically John Cena's team won the match, and yeah, and that's pretty much how Raw ended. Just like I said, tonight's Raw was actually pretty good, with the exception of like one match, you know, the Heath Slater and Randy Orton match. I mean, that was just a waste of time, honestly. You know, like I said, Randy Orton, he destroyed Heath Slater, and, you know, he needed to stand a chance. But anyways, you know, the Raw overall was really good. You guys comment below what you guys thought about tonight's Raw. Zack Swagger made a monster in this the 8-man tag team match, the elimination tag team match, I should say, because he was doing the work. Yeah, just comment below you guys' predictions for CM Punk versus Triple H, or any just comments you thought about the show. Subscribe, that'd be really great. Subscribe to my backup account, just in case anything happens to this account. Rate, that'd be really great, and I'll see you guys later. And if you guys really enjoyed this video, I recommend you subscribing for more vids, wrestling vids, anime vids. I do a lot of things on this channel, so I'll see you guys later.